and welcome to tonight's broadcast featuring the Penobscot Valley Howlers and our Dexter Tigers.
Starting for the Tigers tonight, we have Bryce Cooper, Kellen Peavy, Zachary Adams, Will Spratt, and Ethan Doherty. And then starting for the Howlers, number 2, Chase Osgood, number 11, Caleb Moon, number 15, Ryan Dawson, number 21, Colin Dunn, and number 32, Colin Harding. Harding and Doherty are going to be on the tip.
Dexter wins the tip. Peavy taking it down the floor. Adams in the corner. Cooper at the top.
Howlers starting
Peavy.
in a 3-2 zone.
Adams back to Cooper at the top. Let's see what he does with it here. Peavy to Adams. Really looking for that post shot.
Tigers trying to shift around the zone defense, getting to the post.
Cooper to Spratt, looking in the short corner there. Peavy looks to drive, kicks it back out to Adams. Cooper at the top, looks for the shot, doesn't find it. Peavy to Adams. Adams shoots the three, just off. Ethan Doherty with a great rebound there. Let's see if he'll put it back up for two. Just off.
It's the right idea from Doherty there, trying to use his muscle in the paint. Just got to finish.
Number 21 off to number 2. 21, Colin Dunn at the top. 2 on the side, Osgood. Nice screen by Harding. Harding gets it in the post. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Howlers underneath.
Good hustle there by Doherty trying to get the jump ball.
Definitely.
Osgood will inbound.
Into number 21, Dunn. 11, Moon at the top. Dunn restarts the offense,
Nice
feeds
post
it into Harding.
That's
what
a great
nice
play
layup.
by the Howlers there. Way to utilize that post up.
Honest to goodness.
Cooper's going to bring it up for the Tigers now.
Peavy to Adams. Oh, overthrown. Cooper's going to save it, but it's going to be backcourt. That'll go to the Howlers.
I don't think Zach knew quite how strong he was on that pass. Just over Cooper's head.
That's all right. They'll get it next time, I'm sure. Osgood tries to get it into Dunn, but it's instead taken away by Peavy.
Doherty's been all over the floor tonight on the defensive end already. He's making these hustle plays for the Tigers that should really count later in the game.
Definitely. We've watched Ethan as he's grown as a player even this year, and it's really nice to see him being such a dominant aspect this early in the game. Peavy over to Spratt. Cooper at the top. Shoots the three. Just off. Spratt almost grabs the rebound. It'll be Howlers' ball.
That's a quicker shot than we would usually see in a Dexter offense. Just
Definitely.
Something to watch the rest of the game, probably. How they get in against this 2-3.
I wonder if that's something the new coach has put into place, Owen. Moon bringing it down the floor.
Tigers are going to stay in their traditional man-to-man defense here.
It's going to go to Dunn on the side. Nice screen by Harding. Dunn still at the top. Osgood looks to turn in the corner. Finds Harding. Osgood at the top.
It's good IQ by Kellen to switch there.
Definitely.
Get Doherty off the guard.
Get a lot of pressure on that guy with the ball. Harding.
Howlers trying to utilize the
tries to feed it. Can't quite find it. That's all right. They made out okay.
If the Howlers can utilize that matchup, that could be a good one for them all night. The bigger player against Cooper, who's not a great big guard, but he is very quick. He's
very quick, and that does give him an advantage in some aspects. But I agree, Owen, you're right. If they can get that mismatch there, they're in for a great night. Moon with a shot that's just off. It'll be Tigers' ball bringing down the floor.
That's a good box out by Cooper.
Definitely.
5'6" to get that rebound. That's impressive.
He's definitely a hustle style player for sure. Peavy at the top shoots the three. That's really the shot they're going for, and they make their first of the night. That'll make it 3-2 Tigers.
It's a good shot by Peavy. Really in a flow there.
Definitely. Didn't really have to think about that one. Put it up, and it went in, and that's what you want.
Exactly. Find that rhythm early. Hopefully that can stay with him throughout the game.
I agree. Dunn at the top. Heavy pressure by Peavy. Stolen by Zach Adams. And he puts it in. No. Almost went out there.
By Zach. Using that offhand, tipping it down, going for the layup.
I agree. That'll put the Tigers up 5-2. First sub for PVHS coming in the game in just a second, Caden Loring.
And
Oh,
Cody
they've
Kimball
got to see Dunn
will
underneath
sub in
when he
for-
was wide open. Wow. Moon at the top, and it's good. That'll make it 5-5.
Moons seem to be willing to take those shots early in the game. We'll see how that goes for the rest of the time.
Cooper at the top. Peavy. Look, oh, I'd see Sprott offside. Yes, there we go. Back to Adam. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot the 3, Owen. Peavy does instead.
That's a
Just
good shot
off.
there for the Tigers.
Great
We
box
could take
out.
that 9 times out of 10.
And if that's going to fall most of the time, that's a great shot to take. Oh, into number 32, Harding. He goes up just off. That was
Tigers
a great
got away
save,
with that
though.
there.
Yes.
Tigers got caught sleeping.
Peavy over to Adams in the corner. Cooper at the top. Spratt. Back to Cooper. He's trying to make that zone move. Adams on the side. Spratt. It's very interesting to see their guards are pretty stationary.
Oh, nice shot by Doherty. Not many big men in the conference, though, that can step out and hit that 3 and post you up.
But it's definitely interesting. Your 2 big men have 2 threes on the night. Oh, sorry, 1 3 and 1 layup.
Your traditional centers for each team are shooting the
Definitely.
three.
Oh, nice feed by number 15, Dawson. A foul on the play. Number
That's gonna be on
32,
Kellen.
Harding will shoot 2.
Be Kellen's first of the night. First team foul. Second team foul.
Oh, and what do you think about this new style of playing where after 5 fouls, they're just going to shoot 2 every single quarter?
That's actually new to me. I had not heard
Oh,
that
I'm
yet,
sorry.
So
He was in Oklahoma, guys, so now we've got to fill him in.
that's an interesting concept. Should save some time at the end of the game.
I agree.
It's interesting. The Howlers are seeming to be going after the Dexter guards on post-ups, which we'll see if they do that for the rest of the game.
I agree. Nice rebound by Cooper. Like you said, Owen, he's super quick. He'll bring it down the floor. PB over to Kimball, who came into the game. Cooper at the top takes that shot, and it's good.
Good shot by Cooper there. Tigers are going to seem to live by the 3 in this first quarter. Let's hope it works out for them.
They're looking for that shot on reversal.
They're 3 for 5 already, so
That's not a bad way to be.
Okay.
Dunn comes off, looks for the matchup with Doherty. Oh, blocked by Kimball. It's going to be a foul on the play, and I think Dunn's going to shoot 2.
Cody's got to know to stay on the floor there and go straight up.
Definitely.
It's a good contest by him, but if he stays on the ground, he probably doesn't pick up that foul.
I agree.
Tigers are kind of getting beat to the inside here, which I would not have expected, considering they do have the size advantage down low.
Well, and I think what we're seeing is a mismatch. We're seeing number 21, who's a little bit quicker. That's number 21 is Colin Dunn. He made his first. And he's just speeding Ethan Doherty up, and he's left a little bit lacking. Somebody has to come in from the backside, and it's resulting in a foul every time.
I think you're absolutely right.
We do have a sub in the game. Let's see what his number is. Number 0, Noah Austin, in for the Howlers. Cooper taking the ball down. Over to Kimball. Cooper looks for the pass to PV, finds Kimball on the side again. I think he's got to get further into the zone and able to get that pass to PV.
Yeah,
Ball slips out of Spratt's hands.
Tigers are just not getting penetration into that zone like they should.
Correct.
They need to spread it out more if they want to get those quality three-point shots.
They need to make that zone move and give them a shot. It's going to be a push on the play.
It's going to be Kellen's second foul. Looks like Tyler Gould might check in for him here.
Tyler Gould was a super important player for them the other night. He had 5 threes in the second half of the game versus Central.
He's a kid that comes in, gives you a confidence boost. Just comes out there and gives you the energy and the confidence you need.
Moon with a shot that's just off. Tyler was lucky on that one. Nice rebound by Loring. Back to Moon at the top. Tries to feed it into number 32, Harding. Almost tipped away by Doherty. He drove to the basket and got tipped out. We'll see what happens next.
That's a good contest by Doherty there, using his size, moving his feet to keep the shot from going in.
Moving those feet is so important where he's such a big player to get around the floor the way he does.
He is very athletic for his size, which you don't really see a lot of.
No, you don't.
6'3", so.
Harding is going to have a travel. I'm sorry, that's not Harding. That's Caden Loring, number 5. It'll be Tigers ball.
I think that's
Tigers.
just an example of a young player getting ahead of himself a little bit there, Lily.
And I think both these teams you're going to find are a pretty young team that are just getting started in what they're going to be in the next few years.
Correct.
Tigers currently lead 11-7. Cooper with the ball at the top. He's trying to find that gap, which I really appreciate. Kimball finds the gap, puts up a shot. Right shot to take, just didn't fall for him today.
Well, you appreciate that about Kimball is even if there's not a gap there, he's going to try to find one. That's what the Tigers need here, some drives to try to push the issue a little bit.
A little bit of aggressiveness in that point. Nice tip by Doherty. He gets it back at the top. Skipped over to Moon. He's going to drive. Tries to feed it to Loring. Doesn't quite find him.
There.
I agree.
Gould created that turnover. Spratt might have ended up with the ball, but that was all Gould's effort.
Cooper over to Kimball. Going to try to find Spratt.
A lot of new wrinkles into the Tigers' zone offense that we haven't seen before. A lot of movement out of the short corner and the post, trying to create those opportunities.
Well, I think you'll find with this new coach, Mr. Bartlett, that there's a lot of, he likes to keep it old school, but I like the little twist he adds on things lately, and it's been interesting to watch. They're looking at a nice time and score situation here, Owen.
They really started this with a lot of time on the clock. They almost had a minute left when they started this possession. That's a lot longer than I would see a traditional time and score, but they're making their use of it.
They really do want that last shot, though. Howler's trying to put a little bit more pressure on the ball in hopes that they'll turn it over. And they will. Double dribble from the Tigers. Number 10, Cody Kimball.
You know, and the Tigers, they found a way to run 40 seconds off the clock there. You just have to be a little bit smarter there. That's a turnover that cannot happen that late.
Well, and I think maybe if we started with 40 seconds, we might have had a better outcome. Dunn drives the basket, kicks it out to 0. Austin, he shoots the 3. It's no good. Great rebound by Loring. It's going to be tipped out of bounds.
Could have been a foul there. Cody kind of got away with one on that one, but good hands to get that ball tipped away.
Moon brings it into Harding. Goes to Dunn at the top. Dunn shoots the 3. Oh, just off.
I think the story of this quarter, though, has really been the three-point shooting for both teams. Tigers go 3 for 5 from 3, kind of start out hot early, and then the Howlers, they've taken a lot more threes, but they just haven't found a way to follow yet. So
it's definitely been an interesting game to watch. Well, you've seen it the past few years watching these teams compete, and it's just an entirely different atmosphere as they kind of grow as teams at this point. Looking at 2 young teams that are just starting out. They lost a lot of seniors each last year. So it's really interesting to see.
What are you talking about if you're the Tigers right now, Lily?
I think you're talking about relaxing and finding those gaps. You've got to make the zone move and collapse, or you're not going to be able to find an open shot on the perimeter.
I would agree. And I think the Howlers are kind of talking about the same thing. If they can get this Tigers defense moving around a little bit, find those switches that they want, get those bigger guards onto the smaller players for the Tigers so they can see some success here in the second quarter.
Definitely, I agree.
Both teams have played really good defense, so I feel like they've both caused some turnovers. They've flustered. I mean, we just saw that the Howlers did a great job to not let that possession get away from them at the end of the quarter, and they almost started getting the points for themselves. And the Tigers, just stout man-to-man defense like we always see.
I think you'll see that about a lot of Tigers teams throughout the years. Kimball's going to inbound to Cooper. Starting in the second quarter, the score is currently 11-7 Tigers. Oh, nice pass fake. I appreciate that about Gould.
Tigers starting out with their
Spratt there, Owen.
Or their lineup that they just left the quarter with.
Oh, nice shot by Cooper, just off. Doherty's got to be a little bit stronger and get that rebound. He's bigger. He's just got to use his size.
You have to box out.
Definitely. Dunn with the ball at the top for the Howlers. Over to number 15, Dawson. Dunn to Dawson again.
That's great hands by Tyler.
That was pretty freaking great, Owen.
He could sense that the Howlers were hunting him the whole possession, and yet he stood tall and made a good play.
But you're seeing that mismatch yet again. That's totally what they're looking for right there.
You won't see a lot of high school teams do that, really, hunting one certain defender, but they might not do it anymore if it doesn't.
That was some great ball movement by the Tigers there. It went completely around the arc and into Spratt for a wide open jump shot. That's just what you want to see.
Needs to be the Tigers' bread and butter against this zone is that nail shot right at the top of the mid-range. You need to be hitting those.
Definitely.
Great shot by Spratt.
Dawson on the side. Over to Loring. Oh, tries to feed it in and find that mismatch again, but they don't. Spratt stealing it every time, and I like that.
That's Spratt's second or third steal of the game so far, and it's only the second quarter.
The fifth quarter. I think you're getting a little bit ahead of yourself, Owen. Gould over to Cooper. Look at that ball movement starting the second quarter. Wow. Kimball, Spratt. Back to Kimball, over to Cooper. Oh, we got to find Doherty sooner. Doherty getting on the ground for that. Wow, I think 5 different people touched that ball before it found Kimball's hands, Owen.
I don't think Spratt realized that he had
Cooper.
space there. He passed that up.
Doherty shoots the 3, just off. Cooper almost grabs that rebound. 2 Tigers players on the floor. Loring, that's going to be a foul on Doherty. How do you feel about that, Owen?
That's a foul that's hard to take because you really need to be using that baseline as a second defender in that situation. We just saw Doherty, the pass came to him quick, and then he just couldn't move his feet quick enough.
It's a hard spot to be in right there. That's going to be his first on the night, though, so he's doing all right. Austin with the ball at the top. Goes to Harding.
We're going to try to keep posting up these small Dexter.
Dunn skips it out to Austin. Number 15, Dawson with the 3-pointer.
It's a nice shot right there. Great ball movement, utilizing those post-ups to create a better shot on the outside.
That's going to make the game 13-10 Tigers. Cooper finding that gap. Tyler Gould with the 3, just off. That was a good shot to take, though, Owen.
The Tigers really need to be getting on the glass here.
Dunn gets a nice pass over into Loring.
That's an athletic play by the young player.
Who had that block?
Cody Kimball.
Oh, nice. Kimball
No
on the
jump
side.
out of the gym on that one.
He is athletic. Number 15,
That's a pass you
Dawson.
Can't have there if you're Dexter. You can't.
No, you can't.
Go zone like that.
They got lucky that Kimball saved the day on that play, but you can't have that every time. Cooper, with a nice steal. He's just so quick. Puts it in for 2.
Cooper, now the Tigers leading scorer with 5. What a nice little game for the sophomore here.
Number 5, Loring with the ball, tries to feed it into Dunn, but it just doesn't happen. Sorry, number 35, Harding. Looking at a confusing paper tonight. Gould, Kimball. Cooper at the top, feeds it to Spratt. Kimball, I thought he was going to shoot the 3, Owen. Shoots a jump shot instead, just off. Great putback attempt by Spratt. It's going to be a foul on the play.
It's a good attempt by Spratt. Really, just Tigers need to be crashing the glass like that, and they're going to get more opportunities like that every time. Shots now for Spratt. Be the first foul on Austin, and Will's first shots of the game.
Give me a 7. Adams coming in for the Tigers, giving Gould a break.
Tigers going to go with their 3 big lineup again. Really try to work it inside, I imagine, for the rest of this quarter.
And they're looking at a mismatch there with a lot of their younger players in for the Howlers.
See, and that's what that's the advantage the Bigs give you there with Zach with getting the rebound on that possession. That size really helps you crash some offensive glass.
Definitely.
There's not going to be many teams in Class C that can match their size, I don't think, throughout the season. So it'll be interesting to watch.
Adams with the ball. Nice ball handling skills for Adams. It's great that he can do both and be so versatile. Fed into Spratt. Back to Adams at the top. He thinks about it. Feeds it back to Spratt instead. Finds Kimball on the side. Shoots the 3. Just off. They've got to be there for that rebound, though, Owen.
Yeah. Every Tiger player needs to be crashing the offensive glass.
Done to Loring. Loring looks to go in. Kimball, he's got to stay down on that. Over to Austin on the side. Back to Dawson at the top. Dunn looks to slow it down a little bit. Looks to drive. Finds that mismatch with Doherty. Just off on the layup. Great rebound by Loring. That's a scrappy player. That's the kind of player that Dexter needs if they want to be a contender here. They need that player that's going to crash the boards every single time and be strong with it.
I think we'll see that Dexter has those kind of players, though. I think they're going to start making these hustle plays here. They know that they're getting beat on the offensive glass.
Kimball with the ball after a nice skip by Adams. I agree with you, Owen, and I hope we're going to see that. Cooper. Finding the gap. Back to Kimball at the top. Bartlett really wants them to move the ball at a faster speed, get that zone off balance. Kimball finding that gap. Oh, I wanted Adams to shoot that three. Spratt goes for the layup. A little bit off on that one.
So a good contest there by the Howlers. That's some really good defense in that zone. They play it very well. They've been playing it for a long time. They know what they're doing.
They're consistent with it. Dunn goes for the drive, finds a mismatch with Adams. Adams guarding a guard right now. Finds another mismatch underneath. Cooper on Dunn is just not the matchup you want to see if you're the Tigers. But
no, but Cooper's been competing all game. And, you know, if I'm the coach for the Tigers, I really don't hate it right now. He's been competing the entire night. Doherty with a good contest on that possession, too, though.
Definitely. And if they're going to be able to rotate like that, I guess you've got to see it where you can. Kimball with the ball. Cooper finds a great gap there. Adams thinks about the three, says no.
That's a good little drive by Cooper. Try to create some claps in that zone. Then that opens up Cody for the rebound there.
That was really interesting. There's a lot of physical plays going on here in the Tigers game. We'll see what happens with that later in the game. I think tempers might get a little bit high if it continues.
He's checking back in for the Tigers now. Cody Kimball's going to go sit down.
And that's going to be Ethan Doherty's second foul. I'm not really sure what happened down there, Owen.
I think that was more of a frustration foul, Lily, just 90 feet away from the basket. Kind of want to make something happen. But that's one that the Tigers really don't like to have. But, you know, it lets you get reset on defense and start again down here.
Dunn with the ball for the Howlers. Dunn looks to drive, passes it to Harding instead. Moon on the side. He looks to drive. Tries to finds Loring. Great spot to be for Loring. Dunn feeds it back into Loring. Looks for the layup. Ethan Doherty jumped a little bit too quick. Got pretty lucky on that one. Tries to make the hustle play just a little bit off.
Now, Doherty's been all over the floor tonight for the Tigers, Lily, on the defensive end. He's been making all those little hustle plays. You know, that's good effort for him there. And next time he probably get that ball. So, good play by Doherty.
Ball goes into Harding. Loring tries to find Dunn with the mismatch. Osgood feeds it in Dunn. Just off, in and out.
Good rebound there by Spratt. That's a tough play by
Spratt. That's a way to be tough right there.
That's the Tigers are going to need on the glass all night. Because this is a scrappy Howlers team. And they're going to come back if you let them. So you need to pound the glass and keep on and get those boards.
And Spratt found that right there. Even drew the foul on that play, which was great. PV, they're going to do another time and score situation with about the same amount of time on the clock. Let's see if they can handle it this time.
I think the Tigers kind of know what they did wrong in that last session. I imagine they probably talked about it and are going to clean it up here.
30 seconds on the clock. Cooper with the ball over to PV. Skips it to Adams. Bartlett's not taking any risks. He's going to take a timeout. Let's see what they're going to talk about.
Timeout we've seen all game, Lily. Both teams kind of just letting their guys play tonight, and you like to see it, but now we're going to take a timeout and discuss what we're doing. So what do you think that the Howlers stay in their zone defense?
Oh, definitely. I think it's been so effective. They've been, honestly, to hold the Dexter Tigers to 16 points and be matching them so well and getting those steals and getting those boards. I think that's what's working best for them. And to try a new defense when this has been working so well for them for so long, I think it's hard for the Tigers to do, for the Howlers to do.
I would probably agree with you. I think you kind of stick with what you know in this last session. I think the Tigers, they are doing a good job finding these outside shots. So they just need to keep moving the ball, look for that three, or even a good mid-range shot like Spratt had there at the beginning of this quarter to really put that lead up a little bit.
But I'll say one more time, if they're not going to be able to get into the zone and make stuff happen, they're not going to find those outside shots.
But you see the smaller guards here, like Cooper, PV, they're doing some good dribble drives, getting into that zone. And now I think they're going to probably try to do that again to get the penetration for an outside shot.
Spratt's going to bring the ball in. Let's see what happens here. Finds Cooper. Over to PV. Cooper at the top. A little bit higher up with the pressure from the Howlers. Just extending that zone a little bit. PV
think they really want to stretch the Howlers out and see how much they can get into the middle of that zone, Lily.
Get him a little bit more gaps underneath. Adams with the ball. Finds Spratt. 5 seconds on the clock. Spratt, take the shot. Oh, that was just off. That was the right idea, though.
That's
They
exactly
definitely
the
moved that a
shot
little
the
bit
Tigers
better.
wanted to end that quarter with, and I don't think you're upset with the way that ended.
No,
You
you're
keep
not.
finding that shot in that possession, Lily, you're probably hitting that. So
You're hitting it 9 times out of 10. That one was just a tad bit unlucky. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off and go get ready for my game, but now you're stuck with Gage Sinclair and Owen. They'll have fun with you guys.
at the end of the half, it's Tigers 16. Oh, never mind, we're good. Maybe just real quick, Gage. Hit mine real quick. Hit my mic real quick. Welcome back here to Dexter Regional High School, where we have the matchup between the PVHS Howlers and the Dexter Tigers. Tigers currently lead 16-12. The leading scorer for the Dexter Tigers is Bryce Cooper with 5, and leading scorer for the Howlers, 2 players, both have 3 for him. It'd be Caleb Moon and Ryan Dawson. With me now, instead of Lily, is Gage Sinclair.
Indeed, I am.
Doing our color commentary.
Sir.
Not sure whose ball it is to start the half, Gage. What do you think? You know?
Well, I am not sure.
I guess we're going to find out here soon enough. Tigers have kind of been working from 3 early, Gage. That's where a lot of their points have come from, where the Howlers are also shooting a lot of the threes, but they're just not going for them.
I think Dexter can be strong inside also.
Yes, I would agree. That size for them with Spratt, Adams, and Doherty is really helping them. It's going to be Howler's ball to start.
All right.
Number 2, Chase Osgood, is going to take it out for him. With pass, Caleb Moon looks like he might run the point for him. Moon brings it up. Adams defending. Passes to Osgood. Osgood searching. He's got Cooper on him. Finds 32, Colin Harding. Both teams going with their original starting lineups to start the half. Back to Moon. Moon up. And finishes.
A tough layup.
That's a great layup by Moon. Really hard finish there. He's got 5 now. Cooper brings up the ball for the Tigers. Passes off to Peavy, over to Spratt. Spratt looking in. Back to Peavy, over to Cooper. Cooper to Adams. Adams searches into the post. Passes back to Bryce Cooper. Cooper passes over to Peavy. Back to Cooper. Back to Adams. Adams really looking for that post entry pass, but the Tigers are not going to get it. Back over to Spratt from Peavy. Over to Bryce Cooper. Cooper back to Adams. Skips it over to Peavy. Peavy for 3. Makes it.
And he hits it.
Nice shot there by Peavy. Peavy's got 6 in the game. Colin Dunn brings it up for the Howlers. Passes it off to Caleb Moon. Moon gets the screen from Harding. Harding back to Dunn. Dunn misses a layup. Spratt with the rebound. It's a good rebound by Spratt there, Gage. Spratt brings it up. Passes to Cooper. Cooper for 3. Misses. Number 5, Caden Loring with the rebound. Off to number 2, Chase Osgood. Osgood for 3. No good. Moon on the rebound. Passes back out to Colin Dunn. Dunn brings it out. He's working against Peavy now. Doherty in for the layup. Pass off to Loring. Loring for 2. 18-14, 18-16, Tigers lead. Bryce Cooper brings up the ball. He's running the point a lot for the Tigers tonight, Gage. I haven't seen that from them so far. Pass off to Adams. Adams back to Cooper. Back to Adams. Looks for Doherty. He's not there. Looks back to Cooper. Pass it to him. Pass over to Peavy. Peavy searching inside to Doherty. Doherty loses the handle. Turnover. Caden Loring goes in and loses his handle. It's a turnover for the Howlers. Bryce Cooper coming up with it. Passes it off to Kellen Peavy. Peavy over to Adams. Adams looking for the pass. Back to Peavy. Over to Cooper. Cooper dribbling on the outside. Gives it over to Adams. Back to Peavy. Peavy searching inside. Back to Adams. Back to Peavy. Peavy for 3. No good. Caleb Moon with the rebound. Passes it off to Colin Dunn, who'll bring it up for the Howlers. Dunn's guarded by Peavy. Running the point. Gets the screen from Harding. Still working against Peavy here. Picks up his dribble. Pass off to Moon. Moon looking inside. Back to Loring. Loring's come off the bench for the Howlers, Gage, but he's playing a lot of minutes here tonight. Passes off to Chase Osgood. Osgood to Harding. Harding inside to Moon. Doesn't go. Break up there by Zach Adams. Going to be a push on the Howlers. Zach Adams got pushed down as he recovered the ball. It's going to go on Caleb Moon. That's a foul you can't have there, Gage, 90 feet from the basket like that.
Right, can't have it so far away.
It's Caleb Moon's first foul of the game. Bryce Cooper brings up the ball. Pass off to Adams. Pass to Peavy. Back to Bryce. Over to Peavy. No. Deflected by Loring. Over to Adams. To Spratt. Spratt looking at the post up. Nope. Out to Adams. Adams for three. Good. Good shot from the big fella there, Gage. It's nice to have those bigs that can hit the three for you on the outside, isn't it?
That it is.
Gage, you were one of those stretch bigs that could hit the three, weren't you?
Oh, not quite.
Colin Dunn brings up the ball, passes off to Caden Loring. Sorry, my mistake. Chase Osgood passes to Caden Loring. Over to Dunn. Dunn inside to Loring. Blocked by Doherty. What a block by Doherty, Gage.
It's a hard guy to push up on.
The young big man's really coming into his own during this game on the defensive side, isn't he?
On the defensive side, yes. On the offensive side, he can do some damage too, but
just hasn't gotten going yet this game.
Seems to be
Spread
Dexter's
defense
trying to...
Dunn kicks out to Moon. Moon for three. No good.
Just misses.
Rebound by Bryce Cooper. Not often that you see the shortest guy on the floor, Gauge, with the most rebounds in this game.
No.
Zach Adams has it at the point for the Tigers. Passes over to Cooper. Cooper to Peavy. Peavy's going to pull it out, reset the offense. The Howlers have switched to a 2-3 zone, Gauge. We saw them play a 3-2 most of the first half. What do you think the switch for them? Over to Cooper. Cooper to Spratt. Into Doherty. Doherty looking. Goes up and in.
Tough layup.
Finish. We were just talking about Doherty getting going on the offensive end. It must have hurt us right there because he did it. Dunn brings it up for the Howlers. Passes it off. Cooper getting in there again. Man, this kid's all over the floor tonight for the Tigers, Gage. Bryce Cooper making all the hustle plays, isn't he?
He is a scrappy player.
Osgood passes it out to Dunn, who's going to bring it up for the Howlers off the sideline play. Harding gives him the screen. He's working against Peavy. Back out to Harding. Harding looking for a pass. Got post up on Doherty. Passes out to Dunn. Dunn in. Moon out on the perimeter. Now back to Harding. Harding is looking for Dunn in the post, it looks like. Now he's going to post up himself. Loring was looking for him, and he skips it to Moon. Moon searching for a pass here. He's going to dribble. Harding with the screen. Harding gets the ball now from Moon. Post up by Dunn, and he misses the layup, but he does get fouled.
On the way up.
If you're the Tigers, you can't allow that backside entry pass, can you, Gage?
No, you can't.
They're lucky that just ended up in free throws. That's going to be a foul on number 2 for the Tigers.
Almost giving up
Or,
easy
no, 1
points.
for the Tigers. It's Bryce Cooper. That's his second foul. What was that, Gage? Dunn shooting free throws here. Makes the first. Makes it 23-17. Tigers lead. Zach Adams coming off, going to the bench now. Cody Kimball comes in for the Tigers. A lot of youth for this Tigers team, Gage. A lot of young players coming off the bench.
Filling some of the spots for the guys in the past.
What's that?
Filling some of those spots for the guys in the past.
For sure. This is an older team for the past couple of years. Now they're getting these young guys in. Kimball's got the ball, pass up to Cooper. Cooper over to Peavy, skips it to Spratt. Spratt searching, finds Doherty in the post. Doherty loses it. And a timeout by Dexter. No? Yes, timeout by Dexter. Doherty kind of lost his handle there, Gage, and ended up on the floor with it. They were lucky to get a timeout called.
Yeah.
If you're the Tigers, what are you talking about this timeout, Gage?
Oh, I try to work the ball inside more. Work on that on offense because right now, just throwing it up, it's working some, but
You would say you'd feed Doherty a little bit more, try to get him rolling?
I think he'd be tougher under the basket.
For sure. What about the Howlers? What do you think the Howlers is?
Oh, well, their inside game's working.
Yes, they've been getting these really good guard-on-guard post-ups, which is kind of surprising to me. Thought the Tigers would stay with more size inside, but they've really been able to score inside more than you would have thought.
Right.
Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Tigers ball underneath the basket. Spratt's going to be the inbounder. Howler's staying in their 2-3 zone look, Gage. They're really packing the paint against the Tigers. They do not want them to get going inside.
Not at all.
Tigers passing it around the perimeter here. Peavy with the ball at the point. He's looking. He's directing traffic here. Passes it to Spratt. Passes it to Kimball. Kimball bounces it off the foot of Dunn. High IQ play there, Gage. Get the ball back. Spratt's going to inbound again. It's going to be Tigers ball underneath the basket. After Dunn kicked it off his foot. Out to Doherty. Doherty over to Cooper. Pass it to Spratt. Spratt going to look at the three. No. Looks to Doherty in the post. No. Pass it back out to Cooper. Cooper brings it out to the point. Passes to Peavy. Peavy searching across. Passing back to Cooper. Back to Peavy. Over to Kimball. Kimball's looking. Searching inside. He's going to drive baseline. Pass up to Spratt. And it's going to be green ball. That's the right idea there by Cody Kimball to drive baseline. Just got to execute a little bit better, right, Gage?
Yep.
It's going to be Howler ball coming up here. Colin Dunn brings it up for the Howlers. Number 15, Ryan Dawson, is into the game now for PVHS. Subbing it in for Moon. Lauren passes to Dawson. Dawson over to Noah Austin, who's also in the game for the Howlers now. Austin directs traffic at the point, passes off to Dunn. Dunn pulling it back out, going to reset the offense here. Gets the screen from Harding against Peavy. Dunn inside, and the layup is just off. That's a good shot opportunity for Dunn there, but he just couldn't convert. Tigers get the rebound. Cooper brings it up, and he's got a trailer there. Dunn looking to poke it away, but he gets it away to Peavy. Good IQ there by Cooper to realize that he was being followed.
Quite a way to get the ball out.
Pass it over to Kimball. Pass to Cooper. To Doherty. Doherty from the nail. No good. Doherty chases his own rebound. Got taken away from him, though, by Dunn. Dunn's going to bring it back up. Pass up to Lauren. Lauren looks. Passes out for three there. By Ryan Dawson was no good. Doherty with the rebound. Pass it as he falls down to Cody Kimball. Cody Kimball's going to slow it down for the Tigers. Bring it back out to Peavy. Crosses the half-court line now. Tigers looking at time and score situation, Gage. What do you do here? Slow it down and try to get the last shot?
Slow it down and set up something that can be open.
Kimball brings it out. They're getting swarmed by the Howler defense. Spratt off to Cooper. Cooper shot. No good. Doherty on the rebound.
Good board by Doherty.
No good.
And just misses the layup.
Just missed. That's got to kill you, right, Gage? As a big guy with just rolls off the rim like that.
Hate when you miss the
Hate
ones
when you
like
miss,
that.
especially after you go through all the effort getting that tough rebound.
Right.
Hate to see it. And after three quarters, it's the Tigers leading 23-18. Tigers finding a little bit of offensive momentum there in that quarter, kind of finding the inside shot a little bit. And then the Howlers have just been unlucky, Gage, on their end.
They seem to be moving away from the inside play and more from outside and mid-range.
Yeah, and their guard play from Dunn and Moon has been getting to the basket a lot, but they just can't make the layups.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem for them if they want to try to compete in this game a little bit later. Coming into the fourth quarter here, I think it must be, would it be Tigers ball or would it be green ball? I don't think we had a jump ball in that quarter. I think it's going to be Howler's ball coming in here.
Must be.
Tigers look like they're going to stick with their same lineup that was just out there of Doherty, Adams, Spratt, Peavy, and Cooper.
Oh, it's going to be...
Nope. Yep, Cooper.
It's going to be Tigers ball.
Tigers ball. Tigers ball coming in. Our mistake. And then the Howlers will run out number 15, Ryan Dawson, number 5, Caden Loring, number 32, Colin Harding, number 21, Colin Dunn, and number 0, Noah Austin. Cooper brings it up for the Tigers, pass over to Peavy, Peavy to Zach Adams, pass it back up to Peavy, skips it over to Cooper, sees Spratt on the outside, looking inside, passes to Doherty. Doherty recovers after the fumble on the handle. Gives it to Adams. Adams skips it over to Spratt. Spratt drives inside, kicks out to Cooper. Cooper hesitation move inside. Passes to Adams. Adams to Peavy. Peavy's going to bring it back up to the top. Cooper now with the ball. Back over to Peavy. Peavy inside to Doherty. Doherty with the turnover after the pass outside the Adams. Dunn's going to bring it up now for the Howlers after the turnover. Passes over to Dawson. Back to Dunn. Over to Austin. Over to Dawson again. Dawson for three. No good. Rebound by Doherty. Doherty off to Spratt. Spratt's going to bring it up. Pass it off to Cooper. Cooper working against Dawson. Now that 2-3 zone over to Peavy. Peavy to Spratt. Spratt's trap. Bounces off the foot of Warren. It's a good play by Spratt. Try to keep possession there for the Tigers. He knew he got trapped.
Way to get himself out of that trip.
Yes, sir. Spratt inbounding. Passes off to Bryce Cooper. Cooper pass over. Loring didn't go. Peavy recovers, though. Back over to Peavy. Back to Cooper. To Spratt in the short corners. Spratt's going to look. Sees Peavy. Peavy drives. Pass over to Adams. Inside to Doherty. Doherty's going to post up. Go up. And good.
Good moves by Doherty.
Great move by Doherty. That's the kind of effort you need to see from the Tigers in the post. Tigers 25-18. First basket of this fourth quarter. Dunn's going to bring it up for the Howlers now. Defended by Peavy. That's been his matchup all game, and he's been doing pretty well in it. But he slips in. Backdoor Dunn. He's going to dribble it around, back out to the perimeter, looking for Harding on the post up. Sees Dawson instead. Dawson recovers an out-of-control pass and passes back to Dunn. Dunn's going to dribble, and it's timeout by the Howlers. I think the Howlers coach is just trying to calm his team down a little bit, Gage, try to get them in more of a rhythm.
Yeah, it seems as though they're getting shots off maybe a little too early.
Right. Just try to find a little bit more focus on offense, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And then the Tigers, I mean, they've been working inside really hard. I mean, they finally got Doherty fed a little bit in the post, and it led to a good move. Do you think they keep doing that?
Yeah, it seems to be working out for him. I wouldn't change that.
Doherty's now the leading scorer for the Tigers. He's got 7 points tonight, Gage. I think that's the kind of performance you expect from him almost every night.
Oh, yeah.
He's a player with the talent that can do it. So it's good to see him score some.
A skilled big.
Yeah, skilled big. He's got the footwork to really perform high in Class C. There's not a lot of kids in Class C that are really big. There's not a lot of kids with that footwork moves that he has.
Right.
And then, again, there's not many teams like the Tigers in Class C with three really skilled kind of forwards with Spratt, Adams, and Doherty. Guys that can all dribble a little bit, move the ball, and they can all shoot from the outside we've seen tonight. Going to be Howler's ball coming back in from the timeout. Both teams sticking with the lineups they left with. Ryan Dawson will inbound for the Howlers. Oh, that's a push-off foul. Offensive foul on number 0, Noah Austin, against Bryce Cooper. He just extended the arm gauge and pushed him off, trying to get the separation.
Can't be doing that.
Can't be doing that. Now it's going to be Tigers' ball after the foul, and it's going to be Spratt inbounding to Cooper. Cooper over at Peavy, back to Cooper. Skips it to Adams. Adams to Peavy. Peavy with the slick handle passes back to Cooper. Cooper's going to run it over to Spratt. Inside to Doherty. Doherty gets it. Looks outside to Cooper. Cooper from the top of the key. No good. But rebound by Doherty. Recovered by Adams. No. Out of bounds on the Tigers. Adams just couldn't get that quick enough, Gage. Doherty's got to be firmer with that rebound, and that probably is a continued possession for the Tigers, wouldn't you say?
It would be, but tough when you got it like that.
Dunn brings up the ball for the Howlers after the turnover by the Tigers. Defended by Peavy. Peavy's up in his face now. Passes back to Warren. Warren doesn't get it, though. Doherty comes up with the steal. Good steal there by Doherty. Cooper brings it up. Tigers really pushing the pace over to Peavy. Peavy over to Spratt, but it's lost in translation there, Gage. Austin steals the ball. Caden Warren gets it, or Ryan Dawson, gets the ball. Passes back to Austin, out to Dunn. Dunn's calling the play now for the Howlers. He's going to reset the offense. Passes off to Ryan Dawson on the wing, defended by Zach Adams. Gets a screen from Caden Loring. Now over to Dunn. Dunn looking inside to Harding. Can't find him. Finds him now. Harding played aggressively by Doherty, and there's the foul. It's going to be Doherty's third personal foul. First team foul of the quarter. And then it'll be Colin Harding shooting 2. You know, he's competed very well with Doherty tonight for being a kind of undersized big for the Howlers, Gage. He's put in a lot of effort.
It's hard to compete with that size, but he's done pretty well.
Yeah, he's a pretty rugged kid, so he's been really playing tough against Doherty inside all night. Misses the first free throw. He's going to try to make up for it on the second here. And he makes it. 25-19 now for the Tigers lead. Cooper brings up the ball for the Tigers. Looking at a 1-2-2 zone now from the Howlers. They're going to try to trap more at the top. Pass in Doherty. And Doherty's fouled. He'll be shooting 2. No, never mind. He'll be under the basket.
Yep, ground
My
foul.
mistake. I thought he was in the act gauge, but the official did not agree. It's going to be go on number 21, Colin Dunn. That's going to be his second personal. Team's second of the quarter. Cooper gets it, passes to Peavy, passes back to Cooper. Cooper driving, passes to Spratt. Spratt looking inside, can't find anybody, skips it over to Adams. Adams looks inside to Doherty, doesn't find the opening, passes back to Cooper. Cooper over to Peavy. Peavy back to Zach Adams. Adams puts it up and in.
A great pass by Peavy.
Great pass there. Good vision by Peavy. Adams has got 7 points now in the game. Tigers, 2 big men with 7 each. Caden Loring gets 2 layups there, misses them both. It's a big block there by Doherty at the end of that possession gauge. Over Peavy passes to Adams. Adams back to Peavy. Looks over, sees Spratt in the corner. Spratt looks, sees Cooper. Back to Peavy. Peavy's going to slow it down, pass it back to Cooper, and a timeout by Dexter. If you're the Tigers, Gage, you just talking about slowing it down for the end of the game, keeping it in control?
Slowing it down some, but it seems to be that Dexter's getting some really good ball movement going on.
So you say keep your foot on the gas, try to get some more baskets here, get into your offense?
Yeah, keep pounding through.
Yes, sir. How about the Howlers? The Howlers, this game is not out of the reach yet for the Howlers. They're only down by 8. What are you doing to get that lead?
No, really, they need to work inside and get more secure layups.
They're playing really well against the Tigers bigs, so they could really see some success, I think, if they keep getting into the paint. They got to make their layup, so don't they, Gage?
Yeah, you got to finish through.
That's something that's stressed at every level, and we see it here tonight, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Spratt's going to take the ball out from the Tigers on the sideline play. Howlers switching to a more aggressive style zone in this last couple minutes, Gage. Looking for the more traps. Pass over Peavy, pass to Cooper. Cooper over to Spratt, who passes back to Cooper into Adams. Adams doesn't look at the basket, passes out to Peavy, and just out of reach of Cooper. And that's going to be, the crowd does not agree with that call. Crowd does not agree with that call, but it's going to say white ball. The Howler fans really letting the official hear it there, Gage. I can't say I didn't think the same thing. Cooper brings up the ball. Official said it was deflected, though, so it says white. Pass it, Adams. Adams to Peavy. Back to Cooper. Back to Peavy. Over to Spratt. Spratt looking inside to Doherty. Doherty up and loses the ball. Stays white ball, though. Doherty's got to be strong there, Gage. Go right up and finish that one.
He does.
Tigers ball underneath the basket. Pass out to Doherty. Over to Cooper. Cooper looking to Peavy. Sees, and he's going to see it back over to Cooper. And open 3 for Spratt. Spratt makes it.
And he bangs 3.
Good shot there by William Spratt. 6 points for him now in the game. Pass into Harding. Harding against Doherty. Doherty can't get the rebound. But
A lot of
Cooper
contact
does.
on the way up there.
A lot of contact there, but the refs are letting him play tonight, Gage. It's been a low foul game. Kick ball there by Caden Loring. Bryce Cooper trying to force the bounce pass over to Kellen Peavy. Ends up with the kick ball. It's going to be Tigers ball on the sideline. Tigers, Spratt pass over to Adams. Adams ball fakes and pass it back to Cooper, but it's going to be a backcourt violation. I think Adams saw Cooper over there, didn't quite know that he was in the backcourt, Gage, and then that leads to that turnover for the Tigers. 30-19, Tigers lead. It's going to be Howler's ball out of bounds. Loring's going to inbound. Timeout by the Howlers now. After not seeing, we only saw 1 timeout in the first half, Gage. Now we've seen 3 of them in the last 2 minutes.
Well,
we are getting towards the end of the game, though.
Somewhat of a closer game.
Yeah. Tigers now lead by 11, but it really hasn't felt like they've had an insurmountable lead all night. It hasn't felt like the Howlers were ever out of this game, has it, Gage?
This is the biggest lead they've had so far, and if you're the Howlers, you really want to hold on to this time.
If you're the Howlers, you
Make
feel
the
like
most
you
of
can still compete. Like you felt like you've been in this game the whole night. Your shots just aren't falling.
Right.
But will be interesting to see what their strategy is coming out of this timeout.
If you're Dexter, you just want to run that clock out.
Yes. Smart shots.
Hold
good
on to the ball.
possessions. Yep.
Yep.
Nothing hasty, right?
If you have something open, take it. But other than that, keep working the ball around.
For sure. It's going to be Howler ball out of bounds. It's going to be Caleb Moon is in the game now for the Howlers, and he's going to pass it over to Ryan Dawson. Dawson back to Moon. Moon looking inside to Harding. Can't find him, but pass it back to Colin Dunn. Dunn's going to work against Peavy. Looks for an inside pass. Gives a handoff over to Moon. Moon working against Peavy. Can't find a pass. Pass it out to Ryan Dawson. Dawson working on the perimeter against Bryce Cooper. Pass out to Colin Dunn. Into Harding. Harding going up and fouled. That's the fourth personal on Ethan Doherty, who I think they're calling that one. Oh, it's going to be on Zach Adams. They kind of gave the Tigers a break there. That would have been the fourth personal on Ethan Doherty. It'll be Colin Harding shooting 2 gauge. 1 for 2 from the line so far. Makes the first. Puts him up on 4 points for the night. And he misses the second. 30-20, Tigers lead. Peavy gets the rebound, pass it to Cooper. Cooper over to Spratt. Tigers spend a lot of time in the backcourt, Gage. Spratt passes up to Peavy. Tigers just working here. And it's a deflection by Caden Loring. Tigers are really getting a little bit flustered by these traps, Gage. It's kind of getting under their skin a little bit.
You really see them trying to move the ball around. It's hard to when you get that 2-on-1.
You can't do it with the dribble, can you, Gage? You have to do it with the pass.
Right.
I think the Tigers are going to figure that out here, though. They've been good with their skip passes all night. They just need a couple more of them. Chase Osgood checks in for the Howlers. Spratt gets the ball from Cooper. He gets trapped, and he bounces it off of Austin. Or, no, Chase Osgood, excuse me. Again, Tigers getting trapped in the corner. You got to stay out of the corners, don't you, Gage?
You do.
Spratt passes over to Bryce Cooper on the inbounds play. Pass it out to Spratt. Spratt trapped again. Pass to Cooper over to Peavy. Peavy searching, finds Adams. Adams over to Peavy. Skips it over to Cooper. Cooper driving inside, finds Adams for the mid-range. No good. Doherty gets the rebound, though. He goes back up. No good. Caleb Moon with the rebound. Back over to Harding. Over to Dunn. Dunn bringing it up against Peavy. Peavy stout defense there. Cooper gets the steal. Comes up and finishes.
It's hard to catch up with that speed.
Yes, sir.
Bryce.
He is now the third Tiger player with 7 points tonight. Cooper, Adams, and Doherty all with 7. Dunn brings it up for them against Peavy. The Howlers working now against Doherty. Harding works inside and no good. But he's fouled. Green ball underneath. No, white ball underneath. It was a foul on green. Green ball. I thought it was green ball. I won't say I was right, but it's that goes on number 3, Kellen Peavy. I was right, Gage. Can you believe it? Moon passes it in to Colin Dunn. Out to Caleb Harding. Or Colin Harding, sorry.
Oh, gets it.
And that was Moon for 3. Moon for 3. That cuts the Tigers' lead to 9 here with a minute left in the fourth quarter. Moon now has 8 points on the night, Gage. So if you're the Tigers, you go back to that time and score type of situation that you had all first half, right?
But the problem seems to be you can't hold them to the ball for too long, or
Correct.
else you get trapped.
Getting those traps. The Howlers have been very good on these traps in that fourth quarter. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Tigers, which has made this feel like a close game. Tigers really got to work on just passing the ball effectively against the zone, right?
Smart passes,
get good spacing, try to hold for that last shot, finish out the game here, and get out with a win. The Howlers, though, they got to talk about playing aggressive defense. They got to be. Do you think they say in this zone, Gage? You almost want to think that they'd go into a man just try to get steals, wouldn't you? But they've stuck with the zone all night. It's
hard because if you go into man, you get that one-on-one, especially underneath when you have a big guy like Doherty.
Correct. That is a very true point. We'll see what the Howlers like to do here. They do have the ball first, so No, it's a white ball. Sorry. Moon just hit the 3, so it is white ball now. And they're going to come out in a zone press from the Howlers. One that you don't see as often, but it is an effective thing, the zone press. Passes Peavy on the inbounds. Peavy over to Spratt, who passes Cooper. Cooper back to Spratt, but it's deflected by Loring. Passes up to Peavy. Peavy too much in the backcourt. Passes to Cooper. They nearly missed the violation there, dudes. And Doherty puts it in.
And you just can't let up those easy shots.
9 points now for Doherty. 34-23 Tiger lead. 40 seconds left in the game. Colin Dunn has the ball. Dunn drives against Peavy. Passes to Austin. Osgood, I should say. Osgood for 3, no good. Gets a rebound, though, from Ryan Dawson. Dawson passes to Dunn, who takes a layup, misses, but gets fouled. It's going to be on Bryce Cooper, his 3rd personal. Team's 4th. So Lily was telling me about a new bonus situation this year, I guess, on free throws. And I have not heard of that, but
I haven't either.
she said that they're doing the bonus differently. We'll see if we get to that point. I hope we don't, but makes the first. Dunn does. He now has 5 points in the game for the Howlers. And he misses the second, goes 1 for 2. Rebound is
Still white ball.
not controlled by Ethan Doherty, but it doesn't matter. Caden Loring knocks it out of bounds. And so it's going to be white ball. Will Spratt's going to inbound for the Tigers against this press. Passes to Peavy. Peavy looking. Sees Cooper on the skip pass. Cooper drives and gets across the timeline there. Cooper dribbling at the point. Passes over to Spratt. Spratt to Adams. Adams back to Cooper. Over to Peavy. Peavy trapped by Loring. Loring steals it, gets it back, so Peavy does. Peavy up to Spratt to Adams. Adams holding it, passes to Cooper. Good pass there by Adams, who now to Cooper, who's just going to dribble out the clock. And it'll be a 34-24 Tigers win tonight, Gage. They played hard, and they were rewarded with a nice 10-point win here at home. That must feel good.
Indeed.